I've always been fascinated by hydrofoils, especially the electric ones, but intrigued as I was with these flying surfboards, I always thought you had to be a pro-level surfer or wakeboarder to ride hydrofoils. So when the opportunity arose for us to try a Fliteboard, the world's highest-end luxury brand electric hydrofoil, we jumped at the opportunity because we wanted a taste of the premium experience of Fliteboard, and most importantly, I wanted to see if a middle-aged man with average balance and little water experience like myself could learn to fly.
Okay guys, Jimmy Chang here, and in these boxes we have something that I've never reviewed before. Really looking forward to trying this out. An electric hydrofoil surfboard, an Efoil. In this video we're going to unbox, assemble, and go take them for a test ride and see if an average person like me with no real water experience can learn how to ride this pretty sweet looking contraption. And we have some experts here to teach us how to ride.
I'm Brian from Fliteboard.
And his buddy Drew.
How's it, guys?
And I've got Andrew. Brian has flown all the way out from Maryland to train us on the Fliteboard. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a lifelong waterman. Went to school in Hawaii, got introduced to paddling, and then the last couple of years have really got into foiling. My role here is the US community manager, so I go around the country building the culture and community around the Fliteboard.
And Brian was showing me some of his Instagram. It is pretty amazing, just what he's doing on the water with this thing. It's seriously, it's like you're flying on water, but I want to experience this myself. So let's just go ahead and get started. It's in this box. We've got this nice package. Inside we have the battery, a little magnetic key to help you get charging.
This is a titanium shell to help protect the battery from any drops, any water.
Yeah, I'd expect a lot of these to be aluminum, but titanium is impressive. All right, and in package number 2, another nice case. I like these big zippers. Feels quality. It's got this almost like insulated interior, and this is a charger.
So you just plug this in, connect with this, or you can actually use the butt of your controller, which has a magnetic piece on the bottom of that, and hear that little click.
Yep.
And then you can let that go, and then it's going to start charging. This already has about a third of the battery, so this is probably gonna take 45 minutes, 60 minutes. Honestly, if it's at a 0 battery, takes 90 minutes to charge, so not long at all. Yeah.
Not bad at all. Very lightweight, so I'm going to be assuming that this is going to be the
wings.
The wings. We got a lot of bubble wrap here.
So the cool thing about Fliteboard, one of the cool things is the variety of wings that you can put on these boards. When you want to upgrade or get the next best thing, it's not you're going to have to buy a whole new setup. It's either probably going to be the wings or the increased technology in the batteries. And so what you got right here is a cruiser wing, which is a great beginner wing. This is really going to provide the stability to help you learn the feeling of flying.
Sure. And
then as you get better at it, what you can do is either put a new front wing or a new tail wing, and it's going to give you a little different experience. And then this is the Flight 290, so this is another stable tail wing.
And this is carbon fiber, it looks like?
It is, yes.
Wow, look at that. Similar to the different types of snowboard, skis, surfboards, we can have different types of wings for different types of flying. I will say, throughout this whole process, everything has been packaged so nicely and protected. Look at that. Ooh. Wow, this almost looks like an instrument. The remote. We're gonna have to charge this bad boy up. We have different charging adapters, so if you're traveling with this, you'll be able to charge wherever you go. Which brings up a good point. This is easily transportable because of the way it's packaged, it's light. But the battery, obviously, if I were to fly to Hawaii, I wouldn't be able to take it just because of TSA rules.
Really easy to travel with the Fliteboard gear. You can see over here, this is what I travel with to get here, just a board in a box. But the key thing right now is you're not able to travel with the batteries. So what Fliteboard is doing and has done is they are building a global network of flight schools and dealers all over the world where you can travel with your Fliteboard. There's 2 different types of batteries. We have a sport battery, and then we have this, which is the Explorer. So really the only difference is just battery life. The Sport's gonna, on average, give you about 60 minutes of flying time. This is gonna be more in the 75 minutes to an hour and a half.
Okay.
I've tested this out and I've gone 23.82 miles in an hour and 36 minutes on one battery.
So this thing looks heavy, but it's really not too heavy. Oh, assembled in my hometown, Thailand.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's right. So designed by Flight in Australia, assembled in Thailand. So this is an Australian company.
This packaging is just awesome.
That is a recurring theme that we're seeing. The packaging is just very top notch.
So instead of just zippers all around it, it's also got clips for extra support. I've always found with like snowboarding bags, they only have zippers and things will tend to break because of so much pressure. But on top of these zippers, they have these nice clips to make sure that everything stays into place. Wow, more carbon fiber. This whole thing is beautiful.
That is pretty.
I thought this thing was gonna be a lot heavier, but really light.
Well, wait till you stick the battery in that. Now that we have it completely unboxed, we're going to go through the assembly process and see how it goes.
So this is a fuselage cover. There's two of them. This is the one. This is gonna be for the cruiser wing and the flyer wing. And then we also have a flow series, which is gonna be more of that surf style. So that actually has a different cover. And then the next step is to put the front wing, cruiser wing, on there.
And this goes up like this?
It's gonna go the other way.
Other way?
There you go. Nope, yep, you got it right.
Okay.
Now that we have set up about 90% of the way done, we're going to package it up, stick it in the truck, and then we're gonna go find some water to run.
Look at you, tough guy.
Whew, I am excited for this.
So this is the Flow 245. So this is typically what they put on the back of the surf wings. And so this is my favorite setup with the flyer front with the Flow tail. And you get a great mix of just being able to really carve. Like this setup to me is like going up in the mountains and on a awesome powder day and it just doesn't stop.
Oh,
it just,
nice.
you feel like you're floating. Well, I mean, in this case, flying.
That's my favorite thing. I love the powder.
I love how, as I'm learning more about this, how customizable this thing is. I mean, you get your basic setup and then you can customize with your different wings, with your different props, with your different batteries.
You know, when people talk about the price of these, that's my response. Is like, look, like I break it down and compare it to like what this replaces, you know, like a jet ski, you know, to me, even a boat. You know, I don't have kids yet, so like my wife and we'd rather go out on two of these and go out on a boat, you know.
Yeah.
You get more connection to the water.
And as far as price goes, these things are not cheap.
All in delivery, you're looking about $13,000.
$13,000 and you're good to go, you're in the water. It's kind of like when we got into skiing as a family. That was super expensive. It's gonna cost you quite a bit up front, but after that, I mean, you're just paying for electricity to get going. Got everything unpacked, got the boards here. What do we do next, Brian?
First thing is we're gonna unbutton the hatch so we can put the battery in.
And then we'll stick in the battery.
Yep.
There's a little latch here. I'm gonna twist to lock it. Push those in until you hear it click. And it should beep to let us know everything's set up correctly. So we have a special guest here today. This is Kevin from Take a Flight, and he's gonna be flying a drone, capturing some sweet shots for us.
I brought out the new DJ Mini RC Pro, and we also have the FPV drone with a water bottle taped to the bottom of it. Hopefully we get some good shots for everybody.
We got everything updated with the app.
So just to test it, we're going to press the trigger, press the minus button, and then you have 5 seconds to pull the trigger just to test it's working. It is, and we're ready to go.
We've got our life vest helmets. Brian's gonna walk us through this.
Welcome to your first flight lesson. So a couple things on land before we get out in the water and have some fun. The key thing, the unnatural thing that you would think is that while pressing this down, that's your speed. But for this controller, we go fast and slow down by pressing the up and down button. So it starts at 1, it goes all the way up to 20. Where you're gonna be starting to fly today is speed 3 to 5. When we go out there, you'll be holding this down, and then to go increase your speed, you're just going to press up. We're gonna start on our stomachs. Start pretty far on the board. The second step is then to come up to your knees. Instead of coming back like this, you're gonna come up. So you're coming here, and then you're bringing your knees forward, all right? The board's gonna come up, right? and if you let go too much, it's gonna fly out. So then you gotta compensate with bringing the front down. So it's this balance of front and back. You're gonna have a little staggered stance. So I actually have my front foot rotated a little bit.
Ready to go fliteboarding.
Head out and just get a feel for how the board goes. So let's aim this
Oh, there you
way.
go.
Let's aim out here so you go on the
I got you, buddy. Teamwork.
All right, so you ready? Yeah. All right, let's go.
While Brian was an excellent instructor, and despite my experience snowboarding and one-wheeling, this middle-aged man struggled a bit to get flying for any extended period of time on my first outing.
When you elevate out of the water, it is like a whole other experience. That's why they call it flying, because it is so free. It was tough finding that happy medium to get that balance. I had a couple good runs out there. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I saw. You did well.
But I also had a lot of bad runs too. But that's how you learn, man.
Hopefully I learned from Jimmy's falls.
Yep.
I don't think so though. I'm gonna have a...
Nah, you'll be fine. You're a snowboarder by heart.
Yep. Let the board, the board's gonna start to take off on you.
You're pretty far up.
Keep your balance, good. Lift up a little bit on your front foot, lift up a little bit, let it come out just a little bit, good. Nice, you're flying.
So, Andrew's out there having a good time. You can see him off there in the distance. I thought I struggled a little bit. Andrew's, he's having a good time out there. You learn a lot by falling, and I learned a lot today. It looks like Andrew's learning even more.
There you go. Woo! Press down a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so I got the lunch here. We got some Jimmy John's. Andrew is back, so how'd it go, Andrew?
It was awesome when I could fly, but I crashed quite a bit. I'm definitely gonna feel it tomorrow, but it's an awesome experience once you get it.
It's finding that happy medium and getting that board level. It's an art.
And so while Andrew and I struggled on our first attempts learning how to flightboard, my two boys figured it out almost immediately, and they had a blast showing off their new skills.
All right, looks like Ethan's coming in. He was up and standing right away. Let's get his reaction here.
How was it, Ethan?
So fun. Oh my gosh.
You were loving it, man.
Yeah.
You got up quick.
I know. You know why though, right? I was his instructor. Right before he went out, I was the last person he spoke to.
How'd it feel? What was the sensation?
When you get up and like there's like no resistance, it's like flying.
It is like flying, right?
You are flying.
That's what it's called. It's called flying.
Another bucket list thing checked off. We had 4 people learn how to flightboard on 1 battery. We each had our fill. My legs are tired. In addition, slapping the water, learning and falling, took a lot out of me. I don't know, what do you think, Ethan? Should we take this out again tomorrow?
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Andrew is kind of OCD about keeping our scooters and electric devices clean. No different with this. So he hosed it down, now he's drying it off. Now the other thing too is, compared to like a boat, like the maintenance on this is stupid easy. Spray it down, dry it off. No messing around with fuels or emptying water or flushing anything. In just a few minutes, we'll be ready for our adventure tomorrow. It's raining, it's windy, it looks like
Armageddon, look at that.
Be honest with us, how'd we do as beginners?
I think you guys did great. Like, you guys got up. We have video evidence of both of you flying within 20 minutes. So my goal was completed, and moving forward, just getting out on the water and continuing to fly and get better and better.
That's right. And so we have the board for a few more weeks to try it out, to get better, to become flightboard athletes, and we intend to do so. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll check you out in the next video. Thanks for watching.